Welcome to another Shadow Cloud PC video. We're on our boost package here for Shadow, and we're going to be taking a look at Immortals Fenyx Rising, mostly at 1440p, but I'm going to show you a little bit of comparison at 1080. So the first thing, as always, I want to show you the stream settings, up to 144 FPS with this monitor, variable refresh rate with Shadow. My bandwidth is set all the way up to 70, maxed out. Latency is good, no packet loss, and I don't need to adjust the bitrate, and I don't need high efficiency. This actually runs better for me this way at great quality versus other, but you can always try those out if you need to. For my display, 4K shows up because this display can take 4K and downscale it to 1440p, but it is a 1440p 144 hertz monitor, so that's what we're going to be running at natively here and using my Xbox controller. So let's launch into Immortals and take a look at the settings that we're running at. Full screen, 1440p native for now, 144 hertz, no VSync, no FPS limit, and we are on the high preset. And the only difference is I'm going to turn off motion blur. I never leave that on. And also, running very high was a bit too stuttery for me in this game. It's playable, but high is definitely the way to go. And if you want to push higher to like 50 to 60 more average on your frame rate, you could adjust some more CPU intensive settings. That's pretty much what the bottleneck is here, as is with most of the games on Shadow Boost right now. The resolution is not the issue, and I'll show that in a little bit as well. It's really just the bottleneck of the CPU, and you can see all the threads going there, all 8 getting hit pretty hard. So that's what's going on with that. So you will need to reduce some CPU intensive settings if you want to increase your frame rate even more than this, but changing resolution is not really going to do it for you. So I'll give you just a minute. Check out this battle here, and then we're going to jump over. I'm going to show you the little bit of comparison about 1080p, 1440p, explain what's going on there, and then I'll leave you with some nice 1440p gameplay here on Shadow. Alright, so I just kind of picked a spot here where we can chill and let the frame rates bounce around a little bit. We're still at our 1440p, but we're going to go into settings and change it over to 1080 so you can see why there's not really any point in me testing it that way. I run everything at 1440 with my monitors here, and you don't gain any FPS, any true change, just because of the CPU issue. So we'll apply that 1080p, and we'll let it put us right back here into the same spot. And you'll see right as we come in here, 53 is where we hit right when we came in, and then I'll try to line these up to a similar spot for when we change back. And we're going to bounce here. We won't see 53 again, 51, maybe 52, and we could still go as low as 44, 45 at the 1080p. So you're going to see very similar when we switch it back over to the 1440. And if you're on a 1440p monitor, it's quite a little blurry if you're trying to run 1080p. So in a way, it's kind of nice. It doesn't make a difference, but also it just shows, unfortunately, that the CPU is really what's holding things back here, as usual with the boost package. But the game still runs really good and really enjoyable on Shadow. So back to our 1440p, and you can see here 51 instead of 53 coming right back into the same spot, only 2 FPS, which could be margin of error. And then leaving it here in a pretty similar spot, you're going to see us do the exact same thing, bouncing between that like 44 to 51 area. So no real discernible difference, and even when you're running around playing. So that's really the difference. 1080p, 1440p. I'm going to leave you with 1440p gameplay here on the high preset with motion blur turned off, and enjoy the Shadow PC Immortals Fenyx Rising gameplay, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
sight of the Great Hall took Phoenix's breath away.
This is incredible!
Phoenix stumbled upon a winged creature, easily mistaken for a fairy. As Phoenix freed the small creature imprisoned on the isle, she let out a cry, which meant, "Great hero, I am but a piece of Nike, the goddess of victory. Please free the others, so I may return to my full glory."
They won't win without Nike. She's like a glove or a thing you wear that protects you while running. A helmet. So, what is it?
Phoenix would need to free it to find out.
Yeah, but you can tell me now.
Can you please respect my narrative pacing?
What was that? What?
the Valley of Eternal Spring. Its highlights include a massive tree that reaches up to the heavens. The Hall of the Gods. Eros' palace.
Oh, I'm glad he finally got his happy ending.
And a palace belonging to the goddess of beauty herself.
Of course, Aphrodite would claim the prime real estate with the best view. As long as she's safe from prying eyes, I'm happy.
From such great heights, a fluttering of birds, feeding from the most beautiful apple tree, caught Phoenix's eye.
Phoenix was about as high as I was when I thought marrying Aphrodite off to Hephaestus would stop the other gods from fighting over her.
Yes, that view from Mount Olympus is something else. I haven't seen it in years.
You're not getting that high again, so stop asking.